My name is Kees. Recently, I thought about doing something else than rapping or just squatting the flies in my apartment. So I started the journey. I've been doing the Kiiroo podcast for a while now, talking every week about sex tech and sexuality. But I wondered, how would it be if I really worked in the industry? I put on my best clothes and went off to the WMA Adult Conference, wondering if I could speak to some people who take part in creating content via social media, photo shoots, or writing. I got the chance to talk to Brooke, who is a copywriter at ModelCentro.
So I already heard from our director that you were a perfect entry point when you want to get into the industry. So if I were to set up a site or something, and then I just give you a call, and then you give me advice to do what?
So really it would be developing your brand, I think, and establishing what you want your appearance to look like, what you want your message to be, and developing that and staying really true to that so that you can have consistency. And when people see your brand, they recognize it as you.
Right. So you actually put into words what these people want to say?
Yes, pretty much. So we get, be it images or mailers or from everything. So I run, social media accounts. We do copy for that. We do copy for PR, anything like that. But we want to be sure that when we're doing it, we're consistent so that our brand is recognizable to the people we're contacting.
Oh, right. And are there any specific examples of people you work with? You think which ones are you the most proud of?
I'm really happy with the social media aspect of it. I really enjoyed that because we have social media channels that speak to the models, and we also have social media channels that speak to the public. So it's kind of balancing those voices and having them, be consistent, but still be able to speak to different audiences. So I really am proud of the work we do with social media.
I also had a nice chat with the guys from New Media Services, Senna and Oscar, who run a social media production company.
Okay. So we help people grow their brand online through social media strategies.
Okay.
So that's basically the big picture. I can talk about it for hours, but then you'll be sitting here for a long time, so I won't do that to you.
Well, we got time, but how does that work? Like a company or a person just contacts you and they say we would like good social media representation, and you just fix it from then on.
Yeah, we can fix it from scratch, or we can come up with a strategy, or if they already have an idea, we can give our opinion on that, and it's strategize from there. So we can start from scratch, but we can also work with other people, their ideas.
We're also working on briefings. So potential clients can also send a briefing to us with a description of what they want, the content deliverables, the budget, the deadline, and we'll make a proposal based on their briefing. Right. That's how the workflows we have. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. And you guys are pretty young. And how long have you been doing this?
Funny thing is, we actually started out as an event company about a bit longer than a year ago. Yeah. And then we started to promote our social media with our events. Yeah. And that worked so well that we made the switch to a social media production company, and that's for about like a half a year now. So it's big. Crazy. Right.
After that, I spoke to a gentleman named Buster Brown from ComeShootMe.com, who is a known photographer in the industry.
And you've been doing event photography for a long time, I've heard.
Too long, but in the adult industry, I've been here almost 20 years.
Wow. So. And what are your do you think this event stands out? Is this a good event? Are there better ones? What do you think about the event?
Well, each show is different. I mean, I go to shows where it's a lot of people, but then you can get lost there, and then there's a lot of smaller shows that have quality. Right. The main thing is that it's worth the time, and the people and everybody's networking and having like I said, the photos that I take, I try to capture people having a really good time and interacting and hopefully getting new business, because then that helps me go to another show.
Right. And how did you get started in the adult industry?
Well, it's very funny. In short, one of my mainstream clients who was in the military used military technology to help guys basically not have to type to the cam girl or model at the time, to take off your clothes and blah, blah. and he basically created the phone system that they would aboard a mission on an aircraft, and basically now you had a hand free because you could use the phone. You didn't have to type with the other hand.
Right.
Then I ran into Ramon, a fellow musician and also a content promoter in the industry.
I do promos. I do a lot of promos in the adult industry, branding, marketing. I started as an account manager for a campsite, and from there I made my name a little bit. People saw that I was also making music, and from there on I started to do promotions for different sites and adult companies.
Okay. How did you get started in this industry? You already said you started as an account manager, but how did you get there?
Actually, I was a boat captain, and the hotel I was working on Curacao, they held an event called the Island Gathering, and from there I saw the guys coming on the boats. We took them out snorkeling, we hang out on the island, and I was like, these are young, cool guys. They look like they're having fun. What are they doing? Yeah. And they were like, hey, why don't you come work with us a little bit? I started to edit some videos, and from there I never got out of it. I love it.
All right, you love it. So and it's a
shout out to Cornpad.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks
Shout out.
Me in.
Yeah. Otherwise we wouldn't have Ramon in this business. It would be a loss because you do a lot of different things, and maybe. Would you consider yourself like a unique person in the business? Because if I would ask you, what do you do different than anybody else? Is there, what would you say?
Yeah, maybe yes.
Yeah.
I really totally go on my feeling. I keep it 100% real.
Right.
And that is a unique thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Because I've heard a lot of, I've asked a lot of people, and
I go the extra amount.
Yeah, right.
For whoever, like I'm really down with. If you're down with me, you got a soldier.
Right.
That's the captain over there, or anybody. When you work with me, I try to make the best possible.
I already believe it because somebody told me, you really need to talk to Ramon because he's like the ultimate hustler. He does like everything. So that's a big compliment. That's why I'm saying it, and it's good that you don't have to say it about yourself. That's better, right? And that's great. And is there a specific part of what you do, what you really think is the part you have the most fun in?
Yeah, the process of creating.
Okay.
I'm not so much into, also the follow-up, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love to make something from nothing, have nothing, and then in the end, you see something online and you can say, wow, that's me, that's my creation, that's beautiful, it's out there, it's life. Yeah, that for me is the best.
And how do you go about creating something? Do you really make it yourself, or do you actually make the things yourself, or do you?
Well, I look at something and I think, what's the best way to present it to the world? And what is the target? What do these people really want to? What's their goal? Their aim? I most of the time the ideas come pretty fast, and then from there I work it out till anybody's happy. We're on the same line and we got what we need.
So you're actually in control of every aspect of let's say an ad or something, and it's like
if I make it, yes.
Yeah. So you.
Well, of course, it goes back and forth.
Right. You talk to a photographer or something, and then you work out a concept.
Or I do a lot of music also. So most of the time I do a promo song or something like that, and the lyrics already say everything. I have to understand the system. I have to understand how the money is made, and that people have to understand it. So I'm from the beginning to the end of the process.
And then something amazing happened. We actually ran into Lindsey Banks, an influencer, flirt for free ambassador, and cam model.
I'm a flirt for free and brand ambassador. I'm a Fleshlight cam star, and I also work with Pornhub with social media and ambassading, and being an ambassador in the future. Right.
Cool.
How are you?
How am I? I'm good. I'm just interviewing with these guys from Kiiroo. I've only been doing it for like 2 weeks, so you're the professional and I'm like the amateur. But let's skip that.
You can't be an amateur with that.
Right? I tried. I just skip that. I'll be a professional from now on. And how did you get started?
I had no idea what it was when I first started. I'm a camera, so I had to roll with the punches, and I learned a lot along the way. Wish I knew a lot of stuff I knew now back then, but that's why it's good to share information.
Right. That's why we're here, to learn, right? And so what do you think is special about you if you would compare? Of course, we wouldn't, but if you would, what's different about you compared to other people in your profession?
Well, I could go on about but please. I'm just gonna tell you to go follow my socials, and then you can go see what I'm all about. I'm on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. You can find me at Banksy231, and it's BANKSIE 231. And literally you can follow like my everyday to day lifestyle, especially on Snapchat. On Instagram, you can see a lot more photos. On Twitter, I'm usually updating with kind of things I'm doing, seminars, panels, stuff like that.
Right.
It's interesting how social media plays a role in this industry, and now I know how content is very important and promotion of your identity is essential. But what is the best advice they can give me if I want to do what they do?
Don't feel pressure to do things that you don't want to do. Being comfortable is very important. With camming particularly, you set your own boundaries. So you get to choose what works best for you, or what you want to try and find out what works best for you.
That's already
that's just like one of the little things. I use social media a lot. Social media.
Is there a social media you prefer to? Which one do you think is the best?
I prefer Twitter because I used it the most. I had it first before whatever. It's not.
Right.
But Instagram, I've been using more recently, and I'm like, wow, I can see how there would be more productivity, I guess, going on there. Hashtags work really well on Instagram, so you can get more of a following.
Right. Yeah.
Well, if you're in the adult industry, there are other shows that are like these shows that we are at now are more of a networking, the behind the scenes business type. Right. So you're going to get a lot more, like I said, business. If you're going to go to a show where, let's say, like we're at the AVN show, at their show in Las Vegas, it's basically the models are there on all levels, porn star, amateur, fetish. And the main thing is you would have to go and pretty much, like I mentioned before, do your own approach, be respectful to the girls, and then they'll pose for you, and then pretty much you'll have a few hundred pictures, and then you can work your way to getting them, let's say, a little more risque. And that'll create, like I said, some more buzz for you. But the main thing is, I've been doing this for 20 years, you gotta get your feet wet, do
routine,
it right,
and
because the models also smell like newbie, and they will sometimes take advantage of you right away. They might even, right away you're doing something wrong when the girl's like, okay, are you gonna pay me? Right away, they didn't even let you take one picture, and they already are expecting something. So it's your approach. Your approach definitely is always to be respectful, and like I said, it works for me. I'm the same way in every industry I go to.
For a business, Facebook is a must-have because it's great for advertising.
Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook for business is a must-have.
Oh, okay.
And for a personal brand, I think Instagram is really important. YouTube is important because it's for longer videos, so you can more storytell.
Right.
And Facebook is also a good one to have because it's just great for advertising. But it depends if you want to build a personal brand or if you want to build like a company.
Okay, so that's actually a difference. When you use Instagram, it's more towards the person itself, and Facebook is the company. Because I was under the impression that Facebook was kind of done, like Facebook is more for the older people or something, and then Instagram is like for the younger people.
Generation,
but actually, Facebook still really matters in this business.
Facebook is really important.
You need to know that every platform has its own language.
Okay.
So what Senna said, Instagram is more for your personal brand. Facebook is more for your business, because of the advertising part. And YouTube is more for the longer videos, the documentation, the storytelling. And you can cross-promote your content through all the
different platforms.
All the different platforms, exactly.
And so it's, when somebody comes up to you and says, "I need your help," do you like just take all his passwords and access to all the sites and the contents live? The company or the person really still does it themselves, but you give them advice or something.
It can work both ways. They can tell us, okay, we want you to run our social media like it is your own company. Then we get the passwords. But we can also do like a campaign for 3 months, 3-4 months, and set up a program and then give them the content and tell them how to distribute it. But it depends on the briefing. Yeah.
Can you give me a couple of examples for people you worked with and had a very successful campaign with?
We actually have a bed in the room. Maybe you can show it later on.
I've seen it.
We have done something with the Marriott Hotel. And Condoom Anoniem. That's a Dutch website where you can like buy online sex toys and condoms and stuff. And we've made a show on YouTube called Bedroom Secrets, where 2 well-known Dutch influencers get in bed with each other. And then they talk about their sexual life, about their sex stuff. And it actually got a really good amount of views, 2.5 million. And we got featured by all the biggest platforms, like RTL Boulevard, which is the biggest television show in the Netherlands. So that went really good.
And that's why we're also here.
To find some new clients and stuff. And and do you stream that then on YouTube or?
We distributed it via Instagram with influencers, and Facebook with little
and there's a link there that references to the YouTube link. So people, it doesn't matter which social platform they use, they all get sent to that one stream.
Well, it's really important to be able to write to a variety of audiences. I am also new to the industry, so I've only been in the adult industry for about 6 months. Prior to this, I was in the medical industry.
Must be very different.
Very different. So, it's just about being able to be flexible and being able to write really clean copy and understanding the brand, coming in, I had to learn a lot in a kind of a short period of time. And, get a feel for the audience, get a feel for what they're looking for. And I'm still learning a lot. It's a constantly evolving process, but really just go out there, look at what other people are doing and what works for them. So if you like something that you see, chances are it's working for other people.
You actually build on what the people want already. So that's very cool. And besides, and now do you work exclusively in the adult industry, or is there still some other things you do?
I do other things as well. I'm a freelancer for, and actually it's a senior citizen website, so that's a flexibility. You have to be able to write to a bunch of different audiences. But I do that as a freelance basis, and I also write novels. So
cool. Cool. What kind of novels do you write?
I write kind of mainstream upmarket fiction. And I'm a represented writer for that, and I'll write anything. I love it.
So actually any industry can talk to you if they need some good copy. All right. And is there anything else you would like to tell our viewers from Kiiroo TV about what you do?
I enjoy it so much. I find people in the industry, in the adult industry, so far to be just fantastic. Really lovely people, really welcoming and warm and eager to, share their information so that you can get better. So it's been a really positive experience.
Oh, right. This is good to know. Actually, nice people in this industry. All right. Like I'm trying with these guys at Kiiroo to get into the business, And what would you advise me to do? What would you think? Well, that's a good move.
There are many fields in business. So first of all, you have to figure out what would be your strongest way in. Because what would be the element that would be an added value to this industry where you can gain a lot. But I think, like I said, if you come in and you have a good idea, you have a good concept, and you feel like, hey, this is going to be it. Then be 100% real and never ever give up. Just because you're a musician, you have to really fight.
I know. But there's also you have this experience as well. There's going to be a lot of people, even though you really believe in a song or a product or whatever it is.
Props don't pay the rent.
People are gonna or they're gonna give you props, or they're just gonna say, maybe that's not it.
Yes.
But how do you, when you really believe in it, you just push through or something, or do you just think, okay, then it's not this?
You have to be realistic. I mean, some things, are not realistic. So you have to just have a combination of a lot of motivation, a lot of passion, and the many obstacles. Yeah. But they're there to overcome.
Yeah, but you do take people's advice.
Yes, of course. You work with you source things out, and you work with professionals, because I'm not a cameraman. Right. But I know a little bit. So together we make the thing that's because he doesn't understand the business maybe as I do. I want to shoot exactly this. This is important for my client or whoever.
Yeah, it's interesting because that's something then I have to learn, because I have most of the time I just think, no, this is my idea and I don't care if people are not feeling it. I just want to do this. But maybe you're right, and maybe I should just open up myself more and listen to more advices, because then I think you can make you can convince people maybe that way. So right?
Yes, but also I think keep your idea. I mean, if you tell your idea to too many people and it gets too much influences, sometimes the first idea you have is the best. Right. It's that little voice in you that tells you to think something or to do something. Yeah. That is most of the time that is pretty accurate. So work on that, and some way you find a way to.
Maybe it's not that time to use it if somebody doesn't like it, but maybe it'll come next year. You'll use the idea or something.
Yeah, exactly. There's always, that idea will come back. Exactly. I have that a lot. But the original idea was good. Yes.
But maybe people aren't ready. Yeah, that's also a good thing.
What would you do to come in the business?
Yeah, I wonder. Videos? I wonder. I'm really trying to get into videos now a lot, because every time anybody shoots a video, I'm like, you're choosing the wrong footage.
That's why, look, if you want to make videos, I think you make 20 good videos. They don't have to be really long. You watch porn.
Right.
10 minutes between that. Yeah. Okay, you make something really nice that only you make.
I actually start making the porn videos.
Yes, you make them. You got the girl together, but make sure that she signs a waiver.
Yeah. Right? Okay. Yes.
Go a little bit on the internet, do your research that later she's not. Okay. Yeah. Then you make a couple cool movies. Yeah. It can be the same.
And I can just make them in my own house or something.
Yes, on the couch. It's people, you can do it on a really nice beach. But
Yeah, you just use what you have, right? To start out with.
Exactly, you can do it in public. You have a lot of niches, and you have to figure out which one is going to work for you.
Yeah, I would also think, of course, I would try to put my music somewhere, but that's not you're an artist as well. But that's not something you started out with. So that's maybe something you can implement later on.
Yeah, actually, the music thing is kind of weird, because myself, I hate to hear music when I watch a porn.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to hear no, I want to hear the girl.
Right.
So I think a lot of guys are with me on that.
Yeah.
But then, it's kind of boring if the video starts and you have some brand and I hear nothing.
This is the intro. That's where you have a chance.
The intro and the outro and whatever part they're twerking on, or But the music, you have to find a way with it, because. I'm not gonna spill too much beans. No, but
tell me everything, because I'm going to do exactly this.
No, but
and be like Ramon 2.0.
No, like I said, it's like with porn. It's really like people, they want something that they don't know. And you have to bring it for them.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't know what they like until you present it, and they're like, yes, this is what I like. I'm really good at that.
And how do you get very rich doing this?
Well,
is the money good?
My name is Sleep Rich now. My name is Sleep Rich, and I'm here to network. Yeah. To make a big net worth.
And get a lot of money.
Get a fat purse.
Yeah.
No, but I'm counting golden sheeps, sleeping on the linen sheets. But Sleep Rich is rich in a lot of love.
Yeah.
And in money and monetization. We're still working on it.
Yeah, okay,
but like I said, it's hard to keep me back, man. I'm coming really hard, and I have full trust and faith that the rich part is gonna actually be money.
Right? It's gonna in the end we'll get there.
I'm really happy. I love the people I work with. Yeah. And I'm definitely not a millionaire, but I live like a millionaire. I
Right.
Close to the beach. I drive my bike. I have freedom.
Of course.
Man, I'm and the money is just to support my family.
Right.
And the rest of the porn industry to make more beautiful stuff. I would put it right back into this industry.
Yeah, and you won't, even if you would already be rich, if you wouldn't be happy, that wouldn't be worth it.
Exactly.
So,
it's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people stressing that are real rich. I like
right,
that kind of. It's
right. Yeah, that's also a good thing. You can be rich, but nobody needs to know, right? It's like
I need to have this fun. Also,
right.
And it's a perfect balance for me. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Like slowly but steady.
Right.
And I like the process.
Yeah, that's nice. That's better. You don't.
Yeah, and I learn. I love to learn. There's so much stuff to learn in this high tech stuff, and like cool people, like smart people. The thing that is making money right now. If you're talking about becoming rich, yes, this is the thing. I'm close to a lot of people that are very rich, and
and
there's my chance.
And there's also a lot of nice people. That's But I was so surprised. I would think.
Amazing.
I would think that everybody was like more arrogant or like stuck up. But I know it's not the most thrilling event ever we are at right now. But everybody is super nice and
people are open. You can approach anybody, ask
right.
what are you doing,
Right.
And that's what I always love from this industry. That people are open to tell you how they make money. And what they're doing, where they're based, everything.
Right.
That is a cool thing. People help each other.
Yeah. It's so different from the music industry we're used to.
Yes.
Everybody's
is booming. Like with music, I work a long time to make an album and to bring it out.
Yeah.
Porn is like, remember, like in the gas station, you had every week you had a new private or
DVD or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's porn. It's like booming production.
Yeah,
let's go next.
Every new technology is there first, of course.
A lot of mainstream stuff comes from us.
Yeah,
and that's because we have to find a way to make this money to get it out. And
right. And be happy.
Yes, make sexy fun.
Right, let's have some sexy fun, guys. And later on at Sky Lounge. But, is there anything else you would like to tell our viewers from Kiiroo TV?
Well, Kiiroo is a really cool brand, actually.
Right.
Very innovative. I sold a lot of units working here in the red lights in a very cool sex shop. And
I was thinking maybe the sex workers, you sell the toys to
the
sex
pros,
workers.
The pros. I'm talking about
they want them as well?
guys from man.
Oh.
Yes. And what I want to say is a really cool team. I'm just doing a little shout out to you guys. But a lot of love. I think you guys are also making some high tech stuff. That's I have one thing laying at home, and man, I broke it, man. I'm really asking you guys.
Give Ramon a new one.
Make
Come
some
on, guys.
idiot-proof stuff because I break them every time, man. Like the aluminum or something.
Yeah, something unbreakable.
Yes.
Titanium.
Make them like Tonka toys.
We need a titanium flashlight.
No, good stuff. I love it.
Well, I had a great time interviewing you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
The first day was a very nice day at the WMA Adult Convention. I've learned a lot about what goes on in the industry and got the chance to talk to a lot of people who work in it. And maybe one day, I'll be one of them. Be sure to check out the next episode where I continue my journey.